Well, hello, and welcome to the Coast to Coast show. Is it a Coast to Coast show? I guess.
I think it's just, is it just welcome to Coast to Coast?
Welcome to Coast to Coast.
Yeah. Right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's how it should be.
I feel like that's how it is. Welcome to Coast to Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Welcome to Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
This is our second episode. Welcome. We already have some people over here in the chat.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Is it not? Oh no.
Is your chat not showing up? My chat's showing up. Are you having technical difficulties?
Mm-hmm. There we go.
That's me. That's me.
That is you. Okay, sorry. Zach over here is saying, good morning, everyone. National Kite Flying Day. Happy belated birthday there, Zach. I know it was your birthday this week. Have you ever flown a kite?
When I was a child, yeah. You know, I feel like do people... I don't want to sound ignorant, but is that still a thing people do? I know plenty of people that can go fly a kite, if you catch my drift.
We are a minute and a half in.
That used to be a nice way of telling people to go, go where the sun don't shine. Is, hey, go fly a kite, buddy. Go fly a kite. I don't know why. I don't know why that was an insult, but whatever.
Go fly a kite, buddy.
Is it because I think it was because was it Benjamin Franklin that flew the kite and he got electrocuted? So you would tell people to go fly a kite, hoping they would get. That's what my brain was. Is it Ben Franklin that did that? Right? I think it was. Is that?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Ben Franklin flew a kite and he got electrocuted. Like that's the story,
that
whatever. So maybe the insult. Maybe the insult.
1752.
Do we believe that that's fully accurate? Do we believe that's a real thing, or do we think that's myth? Who knows? But
there are people that believe in the Bible.
There are people that believe in a lot of things that are. We're not going to get into it. It's not that type of show, but it makes me think that you would say the insult like "go fly a kite," like go get electrocuted and not be around me anymore.
Okay,
that makes sense.
Well, on that note, no.
Oh, thank you.
Saying sadly can't stay, but sending love as always. I'm learning so many new things right now.
Yeah. Well, look at it. If you're here, the first thing you should on the video, sharing this, clicking the bell for notifications if you already don't subscribe to Fightful and Fightful Overbooked. What are you doing? So that's the first thing you should be doing. And then second thing I have to say before we dive into it. Yes. And the second thing I have to say is, isn't it great to be alive on a Super Bowl Sunday where the New England Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl?
No, goodbye.
Or what? Did he say or what?
You. I can remove you.
Does he say or what at the end of it?
I can remove you.
usually when the only line of his promos that I cut out or pay not attention to is when he does that line. But I felt like it was fitting today. So.
Go Seahawks.
Yeah, sure.
I wore my Sunday best for you. This is actually my favorite sweaters, by the way.
Look, I like this. I prefer the old Seahawk colors like that to the newer ones, although I do like the lime green. I think that's the neon lime. It's good. It's a good color. I don't like it when they go too heavy on it's good as like an inflection on the uniform, not when they wear, like sometimes they wear like the uniform is that full color. No. Also, you're not in college. You're not in high school. You're a pro team. You wear normal.
The nails are Seahawks.
Yeah.
Did those while I was watching Collision last night.
Great episode of Collision last night.
Great episode of Collision.
Very good.
This is our second episode, and I feel like I always feel like we're so familiar, right? Like we are so akin to each other that it is not like it doesn't feel like this is our second episode. But I do have to say the foundation of this show is built on this rivalry. Okay. We have not figured out what our wager is. I think the Seahawks are going to win.
Okay.
You've been mouthy all week.
I have not been mouthy. At all, actually. I'm going to be mouthy today. Trust me, because I fit in hearing every pundit pick the Seahawks like they're the 86 fucking Bears. And like Sam Darnold is Joe Montana. He is Sam Darnold, people. He's basically Jared Stidham with playing time. That's what he is.
Listen, we are not
like
shaving
it is,
heads
I'm not
here.
shaving anything on my face. This is the moneymaker, babe. I have a show called, I mean, I know he said his head, but I'm not, no. It's sad, but my whole persona is based on this.
Yeah.
So it's based on being the loud Boston guy and these are the two things that people I don't even think they know me, but people might know me.
Listen,
so.
I can't shave my head because where would I be without my bangs?
You have wonderful bangs. I showed the hair off last week, but because of the game, I went old school Pat the Patriot hat, which I wish the Patriots would go back to these uniforms, the Reds, because they are a thing of beauty. But no, I have a job, man. I can't do that. I got to show up. I got to show up and talk to people.
I'll dye my beard.
That's fair. I'm down for whatever. Our pal Jamie Pario Magazine saying happy commercials and trailers. They're not Marvel is not. There's no movie trailers. They came out and they were like, we're not doing the Avengers. We're not doing any of it because it's probably, listen, guys, it's probably not worth these movie studios to be spending $30 million on a 60-second ad.
So
when they can, you know what I mean?
It's funny you mentioned that because on the Peak Millennials podcast, we recorded yesterday and I looked, the first Super Bowl ad was $37,000.
Yeah.
In the 60s.
Yeah.
Translated to today, the inflation would be less than $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
The highest paid ad this year.
Oh, I bet. Coke?
Is in the $32 million.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
I guess the return on investment is like, this is the biggest audience that you're going to get of an American, I mean, I guess international.
Yeah, I think it's a world. I mean, it's a Super Bowl. Not everybody watches, but it is like it's a worldwide thing. Like, you know, not everybody, obviously, but you know what I mean? Like almost everybody watches the Super Bowl. Like,
and it is a thing that it's not only going to be seen by a whole bunch of people, but it's going to be put online. So there's going to be an element of people are going to talk about it. They're going to make compilation videos of it. It's going to be an ad on YouTube. Like, there's no shortage of exposure here. So,
yeah.
And things I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that's crazy, though. You don't get to watch the Super Bowl commercials?
Wow. Huh. Wow.
Because look, obviously for me, I'm a giant football fan. I watch tonight for the game. I'm not the halftime show. WWE legend Bad Bunny. I'm going to be excited to watch that. It's not the type of music I listen to. I listen to mainly hard rock, metal. Yeah, it's not, but the halftime show is not for me. The halftime show usually never is for me. There are plenty of people that watch this game tonight that aren't diehard football fans, whether they're at parties or they're watching with a loved one or friends or partner or whatever family who is, right? So it's one of those things where like, it's not, that's why they do what they do. That's why these people pay what they pay to show their ads, because they know, hey, everybody's watching this kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just football fans watching this game tonight. It's everybody, so I don't know. So.
We will not be watching the Kid Rock version of the halftime show. But just know.
No. And if you are.
That Bunny is my house. Yeah. That Bunny is my house.
I just have one statement on that. If you are, you're a loser. Okay, but anyway. So, don't care. Don't care. Don't care at all. If you are watching that, you're a loser. So that's all that I have to say about that.
Listen, I'm into it. But yes, the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl, and we've put a wager down, but we don't know what our wager will be.
Correct.
I mean, it could be boring. I could just, one of us could just buy merch or send each other a merch. I don't know.
Well, I was going to say we could do a financial wager where someone donates to a charity in their local market or something like that. If you wanted to make it like a good thing, but if you're looking to make it
I love a good thing. I love a good thing.
If it's like, hey, we'll donate $50 to a charity, and if the Patriots aren't going to lose, but if they do lose,
do we get to choose the charity?
Yeah, but it has to be like, I would have you donate to a Boston-based charity, and I would donate to a Washington State, or doesn't have to necessarily be Seattle, but like a Washington State, Pacific Northwest. If we wanted to be that,
I like that. That's the kind of person I am. That's the kind of footprint that
to me is like, okay, it's a financial wager, and that's what is going to happen.
That's going to put even more stress on you today.
We don't have to, though. We don't have to.
No, I like that. I like it. Bucks. Yes, Auntie Collins did win the in the Weeds Rumble.
There you go. So you're coming off a victory already.
Wait. I'm not shaving my bangs off.
No, I think earlier they said you shave your head, but keep the bangs.
But keep the bangs.
That could work.
I have a corporate job. I can't do that.
True. See, jobs ruin everything. Why do any of us fucking work?
Yeah, let me just show up to a...
We should just stand up to the man in general, just not work anymore.
That would be perfect. I would love that. Yeah, we're not doing that look. Although I do have to say I'm already married, so my husband is stuck with me. So however I come is however I come, so
that's fair.
All right. I like the donation to charity. I think we should stick to that. Final answer.
Okay. What do we want the wager to be then? So we really just have to decide on price.
I mean, is $50 fair?
I'm good with that. If you're good with that.
Okay. I'm good with that.
All right. So $50. Okay. So you'll be paying probably the Boston, Children's Hospital or something like that. $50. That's what you're going to be doing. Probably. We'll see.
Probably. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm always donating here to either the Lavender
MSPCA, MSPCA as well. Animals. I love animals, so that could be
animals.
But okay. It's usually children, kid stuff, animals, cancer research. The important things. So
yes. Yeah, the Lavender Rights Project is who I usually send my donations to. They help LGBTQ plus youth get into different programs that would be helpful. They provide legal services when they need to be provided. They help the trans community here, which is so heavily needed. And then I've been donating to our local PBS station.
Hell yeah. You should.
And it's just a $10 a month, like monthly donation. But every time it goes out, I go, yeah, I'm funding the public broadcasting channel here in Seattle. And I remember watching that as a kid when we were so poor. We didn't have any channels, but we had PBS.
But it was different when we were kids. I'm a little bit older than you, but we're around the same age. Mm-hmm. It's different when we were kids. PBS was, it wasn't channel 4, 5, or 7. It wasn't ABC, CBS, or NBC. Right. But like PBS was one of the channel. Like we all got PBS. We all had Reading Rainbow. It was
channel 2 for us.
Yeah, it was channel 2 for me too. We all had Reading Rainbow. We all had Arthur. We all had these shows. The Reading Rainbow was an essential show for me as a kid, where it was like fun and outrageous. Mr. Rogers was on PBS.
Oh, love him.
Probably one of the greatest humans to ever. Sesame Street, when I was little, was on PBS. Like, you know, like these shows that taught kids. They taught kids. That's not true.
These people clocking you at 60 years old.
Look at people hate winners. People hate the Patriots. I get it. You're all going to be whiny bitches at about 10:30 tonight. So get them out now while you can. Let me
just say, when I met a bunch of y'all in Texas, when I met a bunch of
Bostonians?
y'all in Texas, when I went to Texas for All In, y'all in
salt of the earth of Boston.
Can I just tell you? So, when I'm in a crowd, I am delusional. I am trying to make my way to the destination in which I've chosen, which it was getting my Diet Coke, which was getting at the mall, which was getting, I had the best Bloody Mary of my entire life that had a whole bunch of shrimps and stuff on it. It cost $25. It was incredible. Love this. It was fantastic experience. Anyways, but every time I got out of my seat and went towards the bathroom, the Diet Coke, like the different things, I am going right there. Okay. Tell me why every time I would get up, it would be, oh my God, that's Auntie Collins. And I would turn around and I'm like, I'm going to piss myself. And I'm just, hi.
Yeah.
But I also had bracelets and I was like trading bracelets with people, which is like such a kiki, such a fun little thing at wrestling shows. But can I just say, nobody guessed my age right.
It's not a bad thing.
Nobody guessed my age right. And I didn't have my bangs in front of my face either. I think my bangs make me look even more youthful. But nobody guessed my age right. And I didn't tell anybody how old I was.
Nor should you. I mean, I was taught at a young age that you never ask a lady their age. That's what I was taught. Is, hey, it's not good to assume or ask. And I said, aye.
It felt so good that someone was like, yeah, you're like 14 years younger than you actually are.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite way. Because I started going like this when I was like in my early 20s.
Yeah.
So people, I feel like when people meet me, they think they're like, oh, you don't like, they think when I tell them my age, even though I wouldn't say I'm not old, but I'm not
62.
Young. Yeah. And so like, when I tell them my age, they're like, oh, you seem younger. And I'm like, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, I have a white beard, but that doesn't actually mean I'm 60. You know what I mean? Like I'm
62, actually.
I was full white by the time I was about 28. It was early. It was early. So
my favorite account has ever followed me around this funny little place. Auntie's Martini is out here making her way to the bartender, of course. So the lore on this, by the way, is that I was having a day.
Yep.
Yeah, I turned 28 this year. I was having a day. Mm-hmm. So I went to make a martini and I only had a little bit of vermouth left.
Okay.
I had enough vermouth for one martini.
And you wanted more than one?
Obviously. But I was like, this will do. I'll just make one. Yep. I made it, put the olives in it, everything. It was so perfect. The glass was frosted.
Yeah.
Like, everything was perfect. It was so cold that my fingers dropped my glass and it shattered on the ground.
Damn. So you had no martinis then?
So I had no martinis. Had to yell at my dogs to not eat my olives. And so I came on our post show and I was literally in tears because my martini is not here.
R.I.P.
And that in that point, like, you've been craving the taste of a martini.
Yeah, I hear you.
I can't drink anything else. Sorry.
Yeah. Listen. Yeah, that is an unfortunate event that occurred.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you drink? So have you already decided your menu and beverage menu for the evening?
My beverage
for the game.
The evening.
It's a big. I know it's a big. Not only is it a big sporting event, but it's a big food day. Super Bowl Sunday is a huge food day. Whether you're ordering out, you're making stuff for a party, you're bringing stuff to a party. What's on the menu at Casa de Collins?
So we got some chicken enchiladas going on.
All right.
So we're gonna put some chicken enchiladas together, and I always on a game day get a big gulp. I'll walk down over to our 7-Eleven over here, and I'll go get a giant big gulp of DC Diet Coke. That's it.
All right, fair enough.
And also hydrate or dihydrate. That's what I say. You have to hydrate. Get your hydration on.
Can I just say, I think the lid on my cup is broke because for the last 2 days, every sip I take, I have leaky water's falling on me. And I'm like, that wasn't happening. So now I'm frustrated. And I'm like, I don't have a lid on this shit.
Well, you should get one of these, which is a Love Island.
Yeah, let me do that.
Bottle
let me go do that.
With your name on it.
I mean, it's a nice looking water bottle. But
it is.
It doesn't say Love Island on that anywhere?
So on Love Island, you'll see them walking around carrying their individual bottles with their names on it.
Got it.
But everyone has the same branded everything because the show is also about marketing. It's not just about love and treachery. It's about marketing.
Obviously.
If
you can't make money on it, why do it? You know, that's just the world we live in. Why do anything for just passion or fun or enjoyment? If you can't make money on it, why are we not doing it?
And as a reminder, please send in your super chats. We'll read them on stream. We got a lot of wrestling things to talk about. We have a lot of non-wrestling things, obviously, to talk about. So get those in and we'll read your chats. This week in non-wrestling news, Summer House debut. And remember how I told you that these people are getting divorced? The entire episode was them like just coming, and it's like there are new characters being, introduced and all these things, but at the forefront of everything, it was the tension of these two are going to break up. Everybody knows what's happening, but there is so much tension that I felt secondhand embarrassment.
That's fair.
And like they're sitting at the table that they're at, and they're having like, it's 10 plus people, and they're all sitting there eating dinner. And can I tell you, they're sitting at opposite ends of the table. These producers knew what was happening.
Yeah, of course. But they know, again, that's the money. That's the juice right there. You got to play it out.
She's making little jabs at him that I know hurt his feelings.
Of course.
But wouldn't hurt anybody else's feelings of what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me think of season 3. So this is season 10 of the show, right? So season 3 of the show, that's when they moved in together. So 7 seasons ago.
So this is the same people all the time?
Interchangeably, some people leave, some people have babies, they leave the house, whatever. But for the most part, it's been like a core 4 or 5 people.
Got it.
But they were moving in together in season 3, and he was like, I'm gonna be a new man. I'm gonna go to bed early. Like we're gonna go and that was 7 years ago, 7 summers ago, that he was like, I'm gonna finally be settled straight.
But that was like pre-COVID, the world going to absolute dog shit.
Exactly.
That's so much other, that's a different life ago. 7 years ago doesn't seem that long because in reality, it's not that long ago. But when you think about the things that the world has endured in the last 7 years, it feels like a lifetime ago.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
So yeah,
that's crazy.
It's nuts. Yeah.
Gosh, I was still training for wrestling. But
not bad. I wasn't even doing this type of stuff yet. This was not on my radar.
No.
I was probably partying somewhere or doing something crazy.
Debaucherous.
I was an animal.
But that's the Bravo world. Obviously, if you're watching Traders, I won't spoils anything, but Mr. Rob is out here being a snake, playing the game. And it is about time, because I hate some of these celebrity reality show games where there's niceties of like, they know in their brain that they need to be some level of nice because someone told them that they have to.
Mm-hmm.
They're beyond being nice now. And I live.
I mean, listen, people are savages. If they can win something, people will do what it takes to win. I've been watching the Game of Thrones, the new Game of Thrones show on HBO, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That's been very enjoyable. I think they've done 4 episodes. We caught up this week. Very, very good. Very much enjoying that. It's already out, but I need to watch the finale. But season 2 of Fallout has been incredible. If anybody watches that, but the finale.
It is based off of a game, correct?
It's based off the game world loosely, yes. So like the world and like the things are based off the game, but like it's not. Yeah, but it's very good. It's very good. And then I haven't started yet, but the newest season of Shrinking just came out, which I very much enjoy, with Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. And
what is that?
They're on season 3 now. It's on Apple TV. I would say it's like a. It's like a comedy. It's like a comedy, but it's like it's very much along like when I say feels. Yeah, Shrinking is excellent. It's very, very good. It's like it's the same vibe and feels as like a Ted Lasso. Like it's got everything. It's funny. It's heartwarming. It'll make you cry. It kind of has like all the feels, but it's just a very kind of like heartwarming-y show. Jason Segel plays a therapist. And the show starts off, his wife has passed away. She got in a car accident and died, and he's a single father, and his life is kind of spiraling, but he's also a therapist. And Harrison Ford runs the practice that he's in, and Jessica Williams is in it. She's excellent as well. She's very funny in that show. Apple TV. Season 3 just came out. I think they have like 2 episodes, maybe 3 in it, but it is worth your time. It is worth your time. It is very, very good. It's written by the same guy, Brett Goldstein, who wrote Ted Lasso. Roy Kent. If you've watched Ted Lasso, the guy who plays Roy Kent in Ted Lasso, the best character on the show, in my opinion, he's the guy that writes Ted Lasso. Him and not just him alone, but like he's one of the main writers of Ted Lasso. He has written most of Shrinking as well. So it's of that same vibe. So very good.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to have to get... See, here's the thing. I have Peacock. I have HBO. I have Hulu. I have Disney Plus. Yeah. I just let go of my Paramount subscription. It's like, how many different subscriptions are we going to get? This is an old man.
What's funny is we went this route because everybody was sick and tired of cable. Mm-hmm. And they were like, the cable companies are charging us too much. So let's go over here. And 3-4 years later, now we're paying more for all this crap than we ever were for paying cable.
I know, but I will take it over.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Eventually it's going to get to the point. Now, if you're one of these cable companies, I don't know how you're not like lowering your prices and going like, hey, guys, we can get all these people to just jump back to us if we just lowered our price. But it's America. It's greedy. They're not going to do that. But, it makes no sense as a person that not business savvy at all, but as a person who like has somewhat of a regular brain, how are you not being like, you know what? Maybe we should charge like $75 less on our crap.
Maybe
because that could help.
It's insane.
It's nuts.
And they have to bring a whole cable box and they have to be in your home. No.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't want it.
Well, they just got to install it. You're going to install it yourself? Barking?
Why are these dogs mad at me today?
I don't know. Probably because you're wearing that Seahawks hoodie.
Hi, Mr. Boy Guy.
Yeah, he just looked you up and down. He was like, "You wearing that hoodie?"
What's funny is they've been on their morning walk.
Yeah.
They've had breakfast.
Yeah.
They've had 2 extra treats.
Well, I think they want 2 more, is what it looks like. He's looking you dead in the eye.
All right. Entertain the masses. Hold on.
What? All right.
Entertain
Are you
them.
leaving me?
I'm just gonna go grab an extra treat for them because I don't have it. Otherwise,
don't they know? Don't they know that we're live right now? Like what kind of what is this?
How come they're always like this?
Yeah, like this one's antsy right here.
That's my Mr. Boy guy.
Yeah, that's Archer.
Yeah, that's Mr. Archer. All right, hold on.
He's antsy.
I'll be there.
Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, she had to go give them treats because they're like, why aren't you paying attention to me? I don't know, maybe because we're live on Fightful Overbooked with Coast to Coast. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The professionalism non-existent on those dogs. But while she's gone, guys, I saw some people in the chat. Mikey, my man Mikey, what was your prediction? You said that the Seahawks were going to smash? Can I just ask a question for the chat, for the football fans in the chat? And I said it kind of at the beginning. Over the last 2 weeks, when did the Seahawks turn into the 86 Bears? When did that happen? When did they become the greatest football team of all time? I just need to know that, because if you turn on ESPN, you put on any of the national media or anything like that, you would think that the New England Patriots are playing the 1964 Green Bay Packers tonight. They were playing the 1986 Chicago Bears. The Seahawks are a good team. They are a good team. They have the same record that the New England Patriots have. Technically, the Patriots have one more win. They're 17-3. They have the same record. The Patriots, and all of a sudden, if you listen to anybody who didn't watch every Patriots game, who don't really know ball, because if they did know ball, they wouldn't be on ESPN. If you see all these people, but why are they a step ahead of them? Like, give me the reason why, besides the fact that they're more flashy than I need an actual reason, because, again, like, that's just the things that I don't understand. It's just the thing I don't understand is how everybody is all of a sudden the Seahawks have turned into the greatest football team that's ever existed.
I just hope that they haven't jinxed it, because
don't get me wrong, I love where the Patriots are at. I love where the Patriots are at because nobody's picking us. Drake May got screwed out of the MVP because they gave the Lifetime Achievement Award to Matthew Stafford. So that's more ammunition. People have been disrespecting the Patriots the whole playoffs. The whole playoffs. Seattle definitely has a chance. Duh, they're good. They're in the game for a reason. It's one of those things where it's like, when did Sam Darnold turn into Joe Montana? He's Sam Darnold, guess.
I wish I knew these people's names. I don't know who Joe Montana is. Is he the guy that throws far?
No, Joe Montana, I mean, he was considered the greatest quarterback of all time until Brady was born. But Joe Montana played for the 49ers. He's 4-0 in Super Bowls. He's considered the best, or one of the best, big game. But like, people are talking about I don't know. I find it very odd that people are talking about Sam Darnold like he's not the notorious quarterback who pukes on himself there's a reason this is his 5th team. He was drafted 3rd overall, and this is his 5th team. You know why? Because he's not that good. He's not that good.
The chat is lighting up.
Because if he was that good, it wouldn't have taken him 5 teams.
Sometimes the time is a charm.
And Sam Darnold did not become great when he left New York. He went to Carolina and sucked ass still. And then he went to Minnesota when he got a good coach, former New England Patriot assistant coach, by the way, Kevin O'Connell, and former backup to Tom Brady in New England Patriots, Kevin O'Connell. Minnesota Vikings defense, one of the best. Yeah, former defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, Brian Flores running them. But anyway, he goes to Minnesota, actually gets some good structure. He wins 14 games last year, Sam Darnold, his best year without question. They get in a big game, the last game of the year against Detroit. The winner wins the division, pukes on himself, throws 3 interceptions. The next week, he's in a playoff game, pukes on himself, throws 3 more interceptions because he's Sam Darnold. They get rid of him, which I don't think they should have. That was unfair to him. They get rid of him. He goes to Seattle. Good coach, great defense, good players around him. He wins 14 games. Sucked ass in the playoff game. Sucked ass in the playoff game against the San Francisco 49ers, but they were depleted with injuries, so they walked to a victory, and he was great in the game against the Rams. He was great in the game. Again, I'm not taking anything away from Sam Darnold, but people are acting like he's this great quarterback when he is not. Like I said at the beginning, he is basically Jared Stidham with playing time. He's Jared Stidham with opportunity. That's who Sam Darnold is. Now,
I'm just here for a good time.
Can we lose to Sam Darnold tonight? Yeah, we lost to bum ass Nick Foles in the Super Bowl. So yes, the Patriots can lose to Sam Darnold. And the best story coming out of the Super Bowl would be the Sam Darnold redemption story. That is the best story.
Okay.
But it is what it is. The disrespect is really where I'm just like, please.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Brian has it right here.
WWE legend.
Yep, WWE legend. Speaking of legends, at the topic of discussion, I want to reroute over here to wrestling because we are on a wrestling show. The biggest topic of discussion was Sir Ricochet, which apparently people get really pissed when I call him Rick. That's not his name.
Well, he's Rick O'Shea, the Irish lad, Rick O'Shea.
I called him Rick on Twitter this week, and someone was like, "You don't know him personally. You can't call him Rick. His name is not Rick."
Yeah, if you knew him personally, you wouldn't call him Rick because that's literally not his name.
But if you were under a rock, I'll give you the play-by-play on social media. Ricochet replied to a video of him and AJ Styles, saying, "That's not me. That was a watered-down, different universe version of me. 2 completely different people." And then he spoke with Mark Hogue on the Mark Hogue Show, saying, "The Ricochet I am now is the same Ricochet that I was on the independent scene in New Japan. And doing the things that got me popular to where I am today. When I was part of NXT, I was doing specific things. There was an image that got posted. It was me, Johnny, Tommaso, and Alistair. All 4 of us coming to Raw. What should be the biggest promotion in our industry turned out significantly for the Ricochet story at the time, a Thanos Snap. And there was a 5-year blip. That's how I put Ricochet's wrestling career. Those 5 years, like being blipped away to a different universe. It wasn't me. Coming back to AEW, finding the love was like when Tony Stark finally defeated Thanos and all the people came back. Ricochet finally came back to what he was doing. I already know how this is going to sound and how people will take this. But the day we got called to Raw was the worst thing that happened to Ricochet's wrestling career. He went on about wrestling legacy and all the other things. And I want to hear your take because I posted my take. Simply, he's not wrong.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's his opinion of his, so he's not wrong at all. Whether you agree or disagree, he's not wrong at all because that is his opinion of how his career is going or was over there. So your opinion, our opinion, at the end of the day, doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Because that is his opinion on what has happened in his life. That would be like me telling you, 5 years ago, this happened to me and this is how I feel about it. And you were like, that's wrong.
Right. Let me just tell you how you feel about this. And it's the thing that Ricochet knows how he wants to be booked, how he wants his character to be booked, how he wants to be portrayed on your screen, how we feel about him, right? And people measure someone's legacy either by the work that they do or the amount of trophies that they think that they shouldn't have or shouldn't have. And I don't know why we can't live in both worlds.
I mean,
because it's not like Ricochet didn't walk out of WWE without titles to prove how great he was. He had some really great runs.
Yeah, I mean, I thought his NXT run for the most part was very good. I mean,
that
I thought
North American Championship run,
yeah,
absolutely.
We don't talk about the other guy, but his first real feud with that guy was like a good feud. That spot where he did the front flip out of the ring right in front of him, like that was
anything you could
that
do,
was
I can do better.
That was a viral thing forever, like that, you know, and like they had a good run there. That ladder match where he won, you know, the North American title run, like you said, that was a good run. And then he went up to the main, and then he went up to the main roster. And there was an old guy running things who didn't know what he had. And again, he mentioned those 4 guys. The picture was who? Him, Aleister Black, Tommaso Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano. Okay. Well, when you look at that, those 5 years with those 4 guys, one of them, well, 2 of them technically left WWE at different times and went to AEW. One of them is now back in WWE being underused again. I'm glad they paired him with Zelina. He was in the main event on SmackDown, but everybody and their mother knew he wasn't even sniffing getting close to that Elimination Chamber match, which he should be because he's that caliber of guy and that caliber of character. But I digress. The other guy is that, so technically 3 of those guys left enter in AEW because one of those guys is a champion that we're going to talk about in a little bit in AEW now. And the other guy is being embarrassed on SmackDown every Friday night in backstage segments in Johnny Gargano.
And it's so insane because it has nothing to do with the talent.
No, of course not. It never, usually in these cases, it never does have to do with the actual talent. At all.
Great success. It has nothing to do with the talent. It has everything to do with how he's being booked by people in a back room. Multiple people who cannot even get on the same page. We saw WWE Unreal. We've seen the absolute ludicrousy of some of these people who are booking these shows. And there are going to be so many people who are casual fans who didn't see that version of NXT to see how fucking over Johnny Gargano was. Every person at one time either knew someone, currently owns, or almost purchased, or whatever, that Johnny Wrestling shirt. The different iterations of it. That Johnny Wrestling, that, go back, watch that NXT, you'll see.
And I'm not even talking about the NXT section of these 4 guys' career, because that was, in my opinion, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano is still the best story that NXT, any iteration of it, has ever told.
Those credits going on the bottom of the screen, it was the end of their show. It's the end of their pay-per-view. And then all of a sudden, Tommaso Ciampa leading Johnny Gargano into the LED screen. Like, you thought, okay, this is where I turn off the TV. This is where I skedaddle.
Yeah.
And further development. And you're like, what? This cliffhanger? And then everything goes black.
Yeah. And Aleister Black was a presence. He also had a great feud with the guy we're not going to talk about. Also had a really great feud with him. He was tag team champion. And, you know, he was great in NXT and he was used properly. He had great feuds. He was a world champion. He lost to Tommaso Ciampa after Ciampa turned and won his first heavyweight title in NXT down there. Like, they were treated the way they should have been treated in NXT Black and Gold. The DIY some of the, you know, with the Authors of Pain, with the Revival, like that. American out that whole tag team scene down there, and then they did the turn, and and then Gargano finally winning the title against Adam Cole in New York Mania week. Like they were cheers. That was right. And then the four of them got called up to the main roster, and again, the guy running things didn't appreciate those type of wrestlers. They tried to do the same thing to Daniel Bryan, but the fans just wouldn't allow it. They were literally, he literally looked at the greatest wrestler in the history of North America and was like, I don't see it. He's little. And then the fans were like, hey, buddy, go F off, bro. It's not going to work this time. It's not going to work this time.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, bud. Sorry. We're not letting you do this to this one. We're not letting you do this to this one.
It's crazy. And what I hate is the online discourse going about Ricochet is that he's boring. He's blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry.
But you watch him now. Is he boring?
He's not boring.
Because he isn't. He isn't.
Like the first 2 weeks of him being in AEW, I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's the same Ricochet.
Well, maybe it was a month, maybe.
Yeah, I would say the first month to 2, maybe. It wasn't really until he started doing the stuff with the Hurt Business for me. Is when he started to try to join them, and they treated him like a nerd, and then you could see then it was like, okay. And then I'll be dead honest with you. I watched the match with Ospreay that got, but like the first time I was really watching Ricochet on a regular basis was when he got over to WWE.
Because he was actually doing matches.
Yeah. And so when he got to AEW and he started doing this character and he started getting really good and comfortable with this character, even for me, I was like, he's exceeding every expectation that I ever had for him. As far as a character, I knew what he could do in the ring. Everybody does. But like, I was like, as a character, this is far beyond anything I ever thought that he would get to.
Miles.
And he's just he just continues to get better at it. And he knows how the fans react to the shit he says. And he says those things, and he is the way he is on social media because he knows that half the wrestling world is going to lose their minds over the stuff he says. So he leans into that shit, and good for him. He should.
Absolutely.
And I don't think he's wrong at all. And again, like I said at the beginning, even if you don't agree, which you are entitled to your opinion, fine. But even if you don't agree, that it doesn't really matter because it's his lived life experience. So how he feels about that is the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that matters. So for people to get so butthurt about stuff like the one thing I'll never understand is how people get butthurt about how certain people feel about things they've lived, and how like when Blake Monroe, when Mariah May, Blake Monroe is like, you know what? I want to go to WWE. That's a life goal of mine. That's been a dream since I was a kid. I'm going to go to WWE. And people are like, oh, and they get so like angry at them for making this. I'm like, I don't understand why people react that like that's their I like Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Key, same thing. And people get like legitimately upset at them, like they, oh well, I wanted you to stay in AEW, so you're an idiot. Okay, buddy, how about you go outside? Go fly a kite.
Buddy, why don't you go outside?
Why don't you go fly a kite? How about that?
I'm renaming this episode to "Hey, buddy, go fly a kite" because
I don't know why I'm on the hey, but I don't know why I'm on the hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
But
hey, buddy.
Yeah, it's yeah.
But yeah, everything that you've said, I agree. I really like that Ricochet related it to Marvel characters because for a long time he was labeled as the Marvel superhero of wrestling. He's the Marvel character of whatever, like he's the instant replay king, because really some of the moves that Ricochet does, I don't understand how they move their body that way. He's a flippy dippy motherfucker. But with that said, I don't know. I think we should just let people feel the way that they feel. And it's not to say that like other people can't have negative experiences about AEW. We just saw Fightful Select talk about how Saraya came out here and said, my time in AEW sucked for me. It made me almost want to like leave wrestling. Like I fell out of love with wrestling. And she's entitled to that opinion. I have very strong feelings about her. As someone who was a diehard Paige fan, like had the shirt, had her song on rotation. However, in my opinion, I think the fans' treatment of Saraya had nothing to do with her in-ring booking. Because when her fan base is primarily, like she has always toted about how her fan base is a lot of like people online and people who seek the alternative, right? Because she was the anti-diva for so long. It's a lot of like the forgotten people, the people who exist online. And unfortunately, she was dating someone who used...
Problematic.
Yeah, definitely problematic. Definitely used the people that were her fans online, alienated them, was completely transphobic, completely homophobic, and she did nothing to stand up for her presumed fans. And if there's one thing that she's ever said is like, yeah, like a lot of my fans are like, you know, a lot of LGBTQ plus people, a lot of minorities, a lot of people who have been kicked out and had like rough backgrounds. A lot of her fans are that way. And when her partner that she wasn't standing up against was intentionally bullying and doxing those people, of course people are going to go, no, I don't want to be your fan. I don't want to be supporting you. I don't want to go to the show. I don't want to buy your merch. I don't want to buy anything that you are as a person.
Yeah.
Because I think people are smarter than...
Well, hey, now, wait a minute.
Yeah. Some people are smart.
No.
But I think that AEW fans, we should not discount how smart they are with their money. Where they put their money in, merch-wise, are the people who are rewarded constantly for being good in and out of the ring, both heel and face. Because let me tell you how many musty people at every wrestling show I've gone to wearing friggin' MJF shirts, justified for their assholery. But that's a sign of a good heel.
Correct. And MJF in real life stands for the right stuff.
I think that he does. I think that he does.
You saw the facial reaction on Wednesday. The facial reaction was, I'm a heel. I can't really break character, but I agree. That was what that facial reaction was. So let's jump into that. So MJF and Brody had the main event on Dynamite this week. And MJF got squashed.
It is fall has come early because it is squash season up in here. I mean, I do enjoy a fuck ice chant. I do enjoy the memeability of this match. I am curious to hear your take and how this progresses this character arc here, going into AEW Grand Slam next week.
Saturday. This coming Saturday. So yeah. I loved everything about this. I have, like a lot of people, I have been a big advocate for Brody King for a very, very long time. I think he should, be used more and stuff like that. And I thought Brody King was going to win this match. I did not think it was going to go the way that it went, which I was not, again, and I loved the way it went. But I thought Brody was going to win that match no matter what, because I did think we were going to get to a championship match in Grand Slam, because I have a theory about that we can get into. But
theory.
Yes.
Oh, the dogs are.
Wow. Now, is that them fighting with each other?
No, they're barking at the upstairs neighbors.
Oh, at Super Bowl Sunday, I bet you they're throwing a rager tonight. I bet you they're throwing a rager.
I can't wait to medicate myself. Like,
yeah, they're going to be going ham up there. They go ham up there on a regular Tuesday. What the hell are they going to do on Super Bowl Sunday?
Yeah. Yo, can I tell you though?
SP3 in the chat, my man. What's up, SP3?
Oh, SP3's in here.
Yes, we love SP3. We love SP3.
I love it.
But,
I love it.
But I loved it all. I thought the organicness of that moment, like you could tell, like that crowd just decided to do that. That crowd just in that moment. Right. And I get it. Brody King wore the Abolish ICE shirt in Mexico months ago. And like, you know, they've made a t-shirt out of that and all sort. Like I understand that, but it wasn't like the crowd, like that was just organic. That just organically
right.
happened. And I really do think, and it was picked up by national news the next day, like national. It was on CNN. It was on all these places like, hey, this happened at a wrestling show last night and stuff like that. And I just thought that was kind of like just a very organic and just, it felt like, you know, and I don't want to overhype it or anything, but it felt like in the moment, if you were watching it, it felt like it was just one of those special seminal, it just felt like a special moment you know what I mean? Like, I as I was watching it, I was just like, oh, and like, it just, I don't know, it was just a certain feeling that it was like, oh, I feel like that's going to live on. Like, we're going to look back at that and be like, oh, damn, remember that? Like, remember when that happened naturally like that? And then what happened afterwards just feeds more into it.
I agree.
Because if that chant, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Go ahead. You're on a roll. Well, I got a baby.
That chant, yes, that chant was for everybody, but that chant happened because Brody King's in the ring. Like Brody King that's right. Why that chant happened. And then for Brody to win that match right after that moment, just like that, and squash him, it just felt like it was like this perfect little thing that was going on there. And yeah, that's how I felt about it. I thought it was amazing.
All right. Miss Penny would like to give her opinion about everything right now. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Right, girl. You were so vocal just now. No.
I agree.
You were so vocal. Okay. Ups in the chat for Miss 15-year-old Penny Lane ham sandwich over
15.
Here.
That is.
Yeah.
That's up there for dog. That's a good age. That's a good age. It's a good life. That's a good life for a dog.
Can you get out of the trash though? Thank you. Go be bored somewhere else. Thank you. So here's my thought. Is anyone who's like, I don't want my politics in my wrestling. I'm sorry. Everything is political.
Correct.
Existing is political. And when things that are happening that are harmful to our community, whether you believe whatever you want, law and order is not being had here. And if it upsets you, I'm so sorry. Like, this is where we stand. I like the juxtaposition of, it's not necessarily AEW's message, but it is the crowd's message. It is the message of our generation. It is the kids are all right type of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And MJF had been doing some Radio Row in California on the Super Bowl. There was that, we saw that picture of him and Seth Rollins staring each other down. Then they kind of laughed and shook hands, and that kind of nice little thing that they did there. But he mentioned it, and he said, look, at the other night, we're in Vegas and I'm in the middle of the ring and this chant breaks out. And he even said it, and he goes, and I don't care what side of things you're on. And that was a very political answer from him, because I think he kind of probably does a little bit. But like, he's like, I don't care what side you're on, but he goes, and he said, AEW is the listening company. We don't censor the fans. We're the listening company. And I thought that was a very directed and good way to put it. And I just thought it was, again, it just, like I said, it didn't feel like, it just felt natural. It felt like organic. And it just felt like that's what those fans wanted to do in that moment. And they did it. And it just felt like a moment. Yeah, it just felt like a moment. And then, like I said, the way the match happened after that kind of even made that, to me, it made the moment of the chant even bigger. Because it was like, holy crap, they just did this chant. And then the guy that really, not, how do I say this?
Has been represents. Has been aligned.
And then he just squashed the world champion in 30 seconds.
It was like the crowd gave him superpowers.
That's a good way to put it. Yes.
I do want to go back to this SP3. Sorry, I was dealing with my dog trying to get in the trash. SP3 is going to be on the Collins on the Rocks podcast.
Oh, hell yeah. One of the greats, SP3.
Next Saturday, right before we watch this Collision Grand Slam, SP3 and I get to wait. I think it's Saturday. Yeah, I think it's Saturday.
Grand Slam is on Saturday.
Yes. So we are doing an early session, but you know that hasn't ever deterred you from showing up. But on the Calls of the Rocks podcast, we ask generic wrestling questions. Sure, how'd you get here? Whatever. But we also play drinking games. And I get to know you a little bit more. And maybe we might do some predicting. Who knows? I just can't wait to get the full fury of SP3.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Truly one of the
He's always
greats.
been nice to me.
Yeah. Yeah. We love him. He's been on Beards with me and Pluggo multiple times. Just a great dude. He's had me on his show to review some Raw one time. He's just great dude. Great dude. I love SP3.
And over here we have Jose. I feel like he's our like he's my co-host, but he's also your co-host. So is this a triangle of sorts?
Triangle of madness, you could say.
Yeah. He's the pillar of our triangle. I guess.
Tripod. He's the third leg. He's he's not the third leg. That sounds negative. I don't mean it that way. But he's a tripod. He's not like that. But you know what I mean? He's the third of the tripod. He's the tripod.
He's the center that holds us together.
Fair.
Okay.
Can I tell you my I know we talked about what happened on Wednesday. Can I tell you my theory of how I think this is going to go with Brody and MJF?
Yes.
It's in Australia, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I think Buddy Matthews returns and screws Brody King. And he's going to screw Brody King.
You think he's going to screw him?
Mm-hmm.
You think a guy with no fucking tattoos that have tits that are bigger than mine that trains like the end of the world is coming?
Yep. And he's going to align with MJF needs a heater. I think Buddy Matthews would be a perfect heater to be a MJF. Or even if he doesn't align with MJF, I just think in Australia, Buddy has been gone for a very long time. Brody and Buddy clearly have the history of being tag partners in the group with Malachi, Aleister Black.
Yeah.
I think that is a perfect time because MJF just got squashed and I get it. Hangman was out there and caused a distract. I get it. But MJF just got squashed and MJF is scared of Brody King. That's what he's been portraying is that he's trying to been avoiding and scared. Yes, of course. Like looks who is 6'6", huge. Yes. You would be scared of Brody King.
Yeah.
If he was coming at you.
I
think that MJF is going to need assistance in defeating him. Because I love Brody King. I'd love to see it. He's not beating MJF for the title. He's not.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He's
not.
So
sorry.
In my opinion, is Jose did call that, by the way, on Dynamite Up on Body Slam. He did call that Statlander and Tekla would have a strap match. He called it. Wow.
Have you ever tried this one?
But that's my opinion. I think Buddy Matthews is going to return and cost Brody King. Whether he ends up with MJF or not, or it just leads to a feud with Buddy and Brody. I think Matthews returns. I think he costs Brody King.
I'm gagged. I'm gagged.
That's what I'm saying.
I love that so much because I didn't even think that. I love that so much. I'm too stunned to speak. I was gonna
clip
say
that shit because when it happens, I need that out. Clip it.
Clip it.
I called clip it.
Okay, can I tell you though? You said get out of the. So, as a person who lives in the Pacific Northwest, I've gone to my fair share of Defy shows. Before Brody got signed, he was a regular to Defy, former Defy champion. I'm a big bitch over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
He makes me feel small. And I've said this multiple times. At Defy, they warn you, especially when you sit on the floor, when we tell you, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Or you're risking your life. They have people that are ushering, whatever. I specifically picked my spot, first row, like more towards the end, right? Mm-hmm. So that I can leave, come back, do what I want. I must have been oblivious to something, and I'm out of the way, but I was not out of the way enough. And in comes a somersaulting cannonball of a man through chairs like this is wee goddamn bowling.
Yeah.
And I just see chairs go like this.
Scattering about.
And the chair got hooked on my arm, and it was like a bracelet on my arm is how this chair went. I was gooped, gagged, and immediately fell in love with Brody. This was 5 years ago now. Mm-hmm. Met him, fantastic individual. That picture is somewhere, but the height differential between me and Brody made me feel so small. My heart, I want to see him do great things. He did great things in the Owen, his first Owen.
I think that's a perfect spot for him to be in this year and win it.
I would love to see him win it. That's exactly where I was going. I would love to see him win the Owen this year. So move over, Don Callis family. It is time for a true man of the people to win the Owen. We want to see it again. So.
And I think if MJF is still the champion, come all in. Because, right, if you win the Owen, it's usually you get the championship match at All In, correct? So if MJF is still the champion, he beats him next week, even if it's by cheating or doing whatever, however it happens. And then Brody, MJF's like, all right, I beat you. You don't get to come at me again. I'm done with you. And then he wins the Owen, and then MJF has to face him again at All In. That's when you crown Brody. And that's when Brody beats him. I think that's
either between that and Kenny Omega, then I'm like.
I think it is going to probably be Omega, most likely, because I do feel like he is 100%.
I want both
driving towards the world title. But
like,
I think that's a great story to tell.
Ospreay's not going to be ready for main title contention at Wembley. I could see him maybe coming back.
I think he'll be back before that, won't he? He should be back soonish.
I don't know what kind of neck surgery he had.
Yeah, I would be shocked. Do you think he not wrestles clearly, but do you think he shows up at Grand Slam? Like cuts a promo, maybe like surprise, like.
He just had neck surgery.
But they showed a vignette for him the last couple of weeks. Like they're starting to sprinkle in like videos of him and the vignettes and things like. I feel like they wouldn't be doing that if he wasn't on some sort of trajectory.
Okay.
Like, do we feel like he could be back? Not by Revolution, maybe, but do we feel like he could be back by the March? Dynasty is in March.
Mm-hmm.
Like realistically, he's been out since August. I think when everything first went down, the report said hopeful for early 2026 or early to mid. Like realistically,
I mean,
where would you be expecting him back?
So he can fly.
Yes. Australia, obviously, he did a lot of work down there. Aussie Open, like I feel like. Even an appearance, maybe to just get the crowd riled up, a quick little vignette, quick little promo, quick little something. Like, would you be shocked if he's there? I wouldn't be shocked.
I would not be. Kevin Blackwood.
Another great one. Another
great one.
Yeah.
I hate to see that he's retiring.
He's been doing it for a long time, though, and he's been good for a long time.
He's been good for a very long time. Where does this leave Ricochet, though?
Ricochet's dealing with he's dealing with he's the international champion, is he not? Yeah, he's doing other things.
He's the national champion. He's doing a fine ass job there.
Yeah. He's in a good spot. Ricochet's traveling. He's fighting in other federations. He's defending the title other places. He's just had a good match with Jack Perry. Like, he's fine. He's
fine. So a strap match was announced for Tekla and Chris Statlander. I'm going to tell you, I love a gimmick match.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're going to tell me something I don't like?
The strap match is my favorite gimmick match.
Oh, all right. I thought you were going to say you were anti-strap match, and I was going to be like, what?
No. Every different iteration of a strap match, where the classic, which is the have to tap. If I like a strategy, you think that the person who has the ROH Pure Championship is my favorite fucking championship of all time. And if you want to see good fucking wrestling, put some stipulations on it. You say, okay, yeah, you want to be the best wrestler in the world, but now you have to follow these fucking rules. God damn it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to live it. I'm going to breathe it. This is my bread and butter. Okay.
Do you prefer the 4-corner strap match, or do you prefer just a strap match and you just pin somebody?
It has to be done appropriately. Okay. Yeah. When it was QT Marshall and Cody, I love that because it was every bit of wrestling with a stipulation, violent, but also comedy.
Do you mean Raheem? You talking about Raheem?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's what you're talking. Are you talking about Cody Raheem Rhodes?
Cody Raheem Rhodes?
Is that what we're talking about? Okay.
I'm talking about.
I wanted to make sure we're talking about the same guy. So that's
all. But then we had, what was it, Drew McIntyre and Sam Punk?
Mm-hmm.
Their strap match was every bit of comedy, every bit of camp. Because remember, Drew had him on his back, and he was hitting the 4 corners, and CM Punk behind his back was hitting them back.
Yeah, that was very good. That was a great spot. That was the best spot in that match.
So great.
Yeah.
These are like memorable, iconic moments. So will they do that kind of traditional? Because we haven't really seen that with women. Or will we just see 2 murderous babes being murdery? I want both.
Yeah, of course. This is gonna be great. Do we think Tekla has a chance to win this one? Because
yes. I need her to win. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I thought she had a chance to win the first time they fought a couple of weeks ago, but I expected Stat to win that one, which she did. But when you're running it back like this, it makes me think that like maybe something can happen where Tekla steals it. And then you get the rubber match, the trilogy where Stat maybe wins it back, and then we continue with the Stat run. But you give Tekla that shine of like, hey, this isn't just one of those people that we're going to act like is important, but never wins the big one. Like, no, this is somebody that is going to,
And I am of the regard, we are due for a title change during a weekly episodic television show. Sorry, I know that you don't want them to feel less important. You don't want them to feel like, your pay-per-views aren't, the unexpected could happen. I want the unexpected to happen during a weekly television show where people have to tune in.
I wouldn't hate it. I'm all for stuff like that. So
that's my prediction. That murderous things are going to happen, but also we are going to see Tekla as your new AEW Women's Champion.
I wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't hate it at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Yeah.
What do you think of this? Let's go into the WWE world. What do you think of this version of Cody Rhodes? What do you?
I don't dislike him not having the belt. I think he needed some time away from being the champion. Now he's going to be in the main event of Mania fighting for the belt. I don't think there's a question about that. But I think it's clear that it's not going to, I think it's pretty clear that the SmackDown one is not going to be one-on-one. It feels like it's going to be Drew, Cody, and Jacob. Feels like that's the route they're going. I wouldn't hate it if they added a fourth maybe, but, fine. I don't think, I've always been a Cody guy. Sorry. I know not everybody is, but I've always been a Cody guy. I like Cody. I think Cody was important to the future of the wrestling business with the whole, when he left. I think that was really a moment that is almost underplayed at this point. When he left and kind of did what he did and helped create AEW. I think that he has been the guy since he's been back. I think he's been everything, the QB1 that he calls himself. I think he's been everything that WWE would want in a face of the company. But I do think, again, we talked about earlier, you kept on saying it's not the people, it's the booking. And I feel the same way about Cody Rhodes. People are exhausted of Cody Rhodes, not because of who he is or how he wrestles. They're exhausted because of the booking of Cody Rhodes. That's my opinion. And I know not everybody loves him. That's fine. But I feel like it's more the booking of how he was treated. There wasn't much excitement to the title.
He booked himself into a corner by saying, if I lose this match for the
AEW
World Championship, and then he booked himself into a corner so that he could only have the TNT Championship. And I think that his match, especially against Sammy Guevara, really, I mean, we've had a cage match with him and he broke his foot, like against Wardlow. Like, Cody Rhodes had some really great matches in AEW, don't get me wrong. I just feel that his WWE career is so miles different than his AEW career. And it's not the level of matches. I'm not looking at his matches being like, wow, that was a barn burner.
Yeah, I mean, personally for me, that was the biggest mistake they made, was making that stipulation in that match with Jericho. Because to me, it felt like Jericho should have been the first world champion like he was.
Right.
And the guy that should have taken that belt off of him should have been Cody Rhodes. Because Cody, of that group of guys that helped create AEW with Tony Khan, Cody wasn't the leader of it, but Cody was that guy. Like, he was the figurehead of it. It felt like it. From somebody that was if you were a WWE person and you were like, oh, look at this new wrestling federation. Oh, Jericho's there. Oh, Cody's there. That was, so me personally, Cody should have been the babyface that took the title off of Jericho. And then while he was champion, Cody should have turned into a massive heel gatekeeper of the belt. And then the young studs of AEW that were the real future of the company long-term should have all been trying to take the title from Cody as heel Cody Rhodes. That's how that should have went. But once you made that stipulation and he can't become world champion, I don't think Cody ever leaves if they don't make that stipulation.
Right.
Or maybe not ever, but I don't think he leaves when he leaves.
Yeah. But I think the writing was on the wall. This Royal Rumble with Drew McIntyre eliminating Cody Rhodes pretty early. I mean, not pretty early. It wasn't like super early, but that's kind of where it was like, okay, I guess Roman is going to choose Punk, because he wasn't going to choose Drew. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It was the only match of Roman could have chosen that was intriguing to me.
So do we have Cody winning Chamber?
I think so, yes. Yeah. I mean, it's either him or Jacob.
Yeah, it's either him or Jacob for two, which I am thoroughly confused sometimes by the booking, because I
would love Jacob to win the Chamber. I feel like he could use it and needs it more, because that's a signature win for a guy that they're still kind of building up towards the main event. So I feel like that would do a lot better for Jacob to win the chamber. And then, but again, how do if they are doing a multi-person match and it is, let's just say it's these three guys, only one of them can win the chamber. So how the hell does the other guy get in the match?
Right.
Oh yeah, and that's
so
true. Sorry, Alexa in the chat just brings up that Cody and Jacob are in the same qualifying match on Friday. So only one of them can win that match. So that means that both of them can't even be in the chamber.
Okay, but what if they make it a triple threat? What if
the qualifying match is a triple? They're all triple.
No. What if we make the WrestleMania match a triple threat?
But I think that's
because
what they're going to do.
What if Jacob Fatu wins? He rightfully wins Elimination Chamber, and Cody Rhodes, because of his
the Royal Rumble elimination by Drew, is that what he uses?
Yeah, somehow he weasels his way in.
But then Cody, that to me, that's like, and again, I do think Cody should be flirting with going heel by the end of this calendar year. I would say, maybe even sooner. But
turn him heel now. Come on.
He's still so over though with the standard WWE crowd. I agree, but WWE only cares about money, and you're sacrificing money if you turn them heel.
I don't think that they're short on cash right now.
They're not, but it's clear that that's all they care about. So
that's true.
You know what I mean? I don't know, but that's my only question. Is I'm not against a triple threat or a multi-man match at Mania. I think that would be a fun way to go. My thing is, if you're having an Elimination Chamber match at Elimination Chamber to determine who's fighting Drew at Mania, what's the story you're telling me to insert other people then? If Jacob Fatu wins on Friday and then he wins the Elimination Chamber, and then 2 weeks after that, Cody Rhodes is in the match at WrestleMania. If I'm Jacob Fatu, I am burning down Nick Aldis's office.
Oh, okay.
No, obviously not. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's burn it down.
Seth Rollins. But you know what I mean? But I'm losing my mind. Like, hey, I won this match for this title match, and now you're just adding somebody in it? What the heck? I would have problems with that. But again, WWE doesn't always follow logic when they do things. So
what?
I don't know. I mean, you mentioned Roman and Punk. I didn't feel like Roman Reigns needed to win the Royal Rumble to get to that match. We talked about that last week. That being said, I thought the ending sequence on Raw, I thought it was excellent.
That is in my notes for today. So if you didn't know, Roman Reigns chose CM Punk, quoting, "I'm picking you because I hate you." Cold. That is so cold. This promo for me was worth the 3 hours sitting through all of those. Okay, there's too many commercial breaks. I'm always going to say that.
It's the worst. That feels like there's more and more every week.
It just ruins the momentum for me of like getting into a wrestling show, because they play 90 seconds of ads and then they only have 90 seconds of wrestling, and I don't know what's happening in between. I have to basically base everything off of promos. So then why watch if I can just watch the promos on Twitter? You know what I mean? But this was well worth it. Roman saying that Punk is only making the towns because he took a 10-year vacation, which is true, because Roman has been out here getting fucking booed. Remember 2015, he wins the Rumble and he got fucking booed. He was the chosen out of the Shield, and everyone wanted it to be Dean Ambrose. But they were like, no, this guy looks the part. He is the part. And you know what? They forced it upon us so much that I get why people hated Roman Reigns for so long. I loved him because obviously. But out of the three in the Shield, they picked Roman, the guy who really couldn't cut promos. It didn't really have an identity. didn't really have like a specific set style, but he just looked the part. And we suffered through.
Mm-hmm. He did too.
Into right. You suffered through with us. You're all suffering succotash, remember?
But I thought the two things that were funny is Roman referenced that at the beginning. He said, "Oh, Philadelphia." He goes, "I have had some good and bad moments. I lost my title here the last time I was here to Cody at Mania." He goes, "In 2015, I won the Rumble and the crowd popped," and he laughed and he went, "Didn't sound like that.
Didn't sound like
that." I thought that was great. I thought that was great by Roman.
We all remember. That was the
great.
end of the 2015 Rumble, and The Rock comes out and he raises his arm,
and The Rock like had his eye. He was like, The Rock was fucking like, what the hell?
And it has nothing to do with Roman Reigns. It had everything to do with everyone wanted it to be Daniel Bryan.
But do you know, and Roman referenced it in the ending sequence of Roman, which was probably one of, if not like a top
Go back and just watch
sequence
that.
of promo he's ever cut. Part of the reason why, and just part because look at CM Punk fans, especially back then when everything was so fresh of him leaving.
Yeah.
We know they're and I'm one of them, but we know they're a passionate bunch. And I loved when Roman said, "If you don't think I remember 10 plus years ago when you went on your best buddies podcast and you ran your mouth and you made my life harder than it ever should have been." And he's 1,000% right, because part of the reason why Roman got the shit that he got was because CM Punk went on that podcast and basically said, "Oh, I liked Seth. I liked John Dean. I wanted it to be this guy, and they made me take Roman because Roman was their guy that they wanted." Well, guess what, guys? For all the wrong things that the old regime did, they were right about Roman Reigns.
I know.
One of the all-time greats.
It took them being like, "Okay, there you go."
You know what I mean? So
be a heel.
Yeah.
Finally, stop being a face, wearing your fucking Kevlar, whatever the fucks.
So Roman mentioning that and saying like, "Hey, part of the reason why these people treated me this way was because of your ass. Because you didn't make shit easy for me. Because you talked your shit." And I loved how Roman brought that up. And I love how Punk was looking right at him and he was like, "Yeah, all right." Like Punk owned it in the moment. He like shook his head like, "Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right." And I just, everything about, I loved how Punk mentioned that he brought up the Shield. Like, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. And then Roman then turned that around and was like, "Oh yeah, well, a couple years ago, who the hell do you think they asked when they were thinking about bringing you back? They asked me. And I said I was all right with it. So you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me." And I just loved everything about it. And he mentioned the Zebros and he, it was just...
Listen,
it was very, very good. It sold me. And again, the only match I was going to be intrigued about with Roman was Punk.
Yeah.
But it sold me a ticket. It sold me.
It did. Honestly, you're going to want to start selling your on the fence ticketers now.
Yeah.
Before the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Because there is magic between the Rumble and WrestleMania. That's why the Rumble is so fucking important to the road to WrestleMania. And it all starts here. And it was a really good segment.
It was good.
I am a certified CM Punk hater. I've always been a CM Punk hater because every great match that CM Punk has had has been against guys that I like.
It's fair. Do you think Roman beats it early? It's very early. We have time. But right now, as we sit, do you think Roman beats him at Mania, or do you think Punk wins? This will probably change 3 or 4 times by the time.
I think it's going to change Here's the thing: all the title holders can't lose at Mania.
I don't think Drew's losing. I think Drew wins that triple threat match.
I would. That would make the most sense.
Mm-hmm. I think Sammy's the one that's going to beat Drew for the title. Because he's 0-12 against Drew. That is outrageous. That is an outrageous record.
Again,
it's
right
early.
now I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I do too. Oh, boy. I don't know. But
okay,
that was a good piece of business at the end of Raw. It was really, really good.
Not to keep harping here, but there was a Philadelphia street fight this week on Raw on Netflix.
Mhm.
And this is where it gets a little bit convoluted. Is I think that WWE, in its own right and wrongs, has a very solid women's division.
Mm-hmm.
That now they have well, not 4 belts. Now they have 6 belts, including the tag champion. And I feel like they get distracted.
Okay.
They get distracted on who should go after what belt and why. And it feels a little like people are fighting over the wrong things here. When you have a women's division, you want people to, like, a majority of people to go after that mid-card title, because whoever solidifies that mid-card title, much like the Bret Harts of the world, once you have that and you prove yourself, then you can go to the main title picture. It is not, I just got here, I'm going after the main title. Not everyone's built for that. Not everyone is like that.
Mm-hmm.
I am so confused why your main women's storyline aren't your mid-card titles, but also why is Raquel Rodriguez looking so good in these women's title matches and not getting the title?
Because I think they're gonna wait until Liv has the belt, and
they're gonna wait
Raquel
until
versus
Liv. But
yeah.
I think that's what this really solidified. And this was the first time, because like Stephanie McCurry came in here and we all went, she needs to have the main title. I think before she even was signed to WWE and she spent a little bit of time in NXT, like, I know that we all knew how good she was.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that I believed Raquel Rodriguez until Stephanie McCurry had the title. And it's had these matches in between.
I think Raquel over the last, like, to me, she was the most improved person in the whole company last year, Raquel.
Yeah.
Like, once she started, and, she said it a bunch of times, Kevin Nash was like, you need to work big. You're a big girl. You're a giant in the division. Work like you're a giant. Like, you don't work like you're this big monster of a woman. And once she started doing that, it was like a light switch flipped. And she's been one of the best workers in the whole company. I love Stephanie. They massacred her with that terrible new theme song.
Okay, what the fuck are we changing people's themes
I actually think it hurt her aura a little bit. Like, honestly, I really think it did.
I agree, because it's ass.
Terrible.
It's ass. It sounds like garage band, like generic. This was also the problem during the Women's Rumble for me, because how many times was I sitting there going, who is this? What is this? What is happening?
It's been
here?
like that for like the last 2 or 3 Rumbles on both sides of the coin. Is half these themes, nobody has any idea who it is until the name appears on the Titantron. So the buzzer goes off and music hits, and everybody's sitting there going, who? Like, you sound like the New Day. Who?
Why did we need to change her theme? And it was reported on Fightful Select that Stephanie McCurry fought to keep her old theme.
And they should have listened.
If she is a talent of the caliber that she is, and how many people are cosplaying as her, going to these shows, that's a lot to cosplay with the horns and the jacket and the, like, why are we doing this, baby? Why are we changing themes this late in the game? Okay. We all went through the Stone Cold, the glass shattering. You knew exactly who it is. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Bam, we know exactly who this is. You think you know me. We know exactly who that is.
It's not hard, man. I hear voices in my head. You hear the Undertaker's gong. You hear all these things that you go watch a Royal Rumble from 2002. And the second that buzzer goes off, there's something that happens at the beginning of all these theme songs that you immediately stand back. There's a hurricane, even the mid-carders. Everybody. Batista. Name them all.
Batista's theme is so good.
Oh, one of the best. But like,
absolutely,
it's just I just don't understand. All these songs are just so generic sounding, and some of them are so bad that they've gone back to giving Shinsuke his old theme. They went back to give Finn Balor his old theme. They went back. Like, if you're going back to give these people their song, then why are we continuing to make new generic terrible ones? Like, Stephanie Vaquer shouldn't be coming out to a song that sounds like generic music 8 on WWE 2K26 for your creator wrestler. Like, that's not what should be happening here. Bailey, one of the worst songs in the history of time.
Because it's like two different songs smashed together. We've talked about
awful.
It sounds like the X-Men theme.
It's like, what is this song supposed to be? Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know the route they're going. And it's been like that for years with the theme song. It's been bad. And look what happens. We mentioned, you give somebody like Kit Wilson, who's this ex-tag team guy who's just trying to figure it out. You give him a different original type of thing where the song sounds like, oh, this isn't like everybody else. This is completely different. And guess what? The dude's gotten over in a month. Yeah. And is he getting his ass kicked by Obafemi in 2 seconds?
Yeah, I was about to say, he just got his ass handed to him, but I have never seen a pop for a mid-carder or lower mid-carder for anyone's theme. And it is so akin to how I felt about Fandango, because you heard that and it's just like, bam, you already know it. Like, we have to make our themes memorable, and this goes for any promotion. There are some AEW themes that ass.
I agree,
but good lord, they brought out Tommaso Ciampa. My shadow knows my story.
Yeah,
I know this guy now. I know this. Give me more of that.
Agreed.
So, also controversial yet brave opinion. Swerve changing his music. Not
you don't like it. It's fair. I preferred the old theme.
Because he didn't really change his character.
No.
Which is why you would want to change his theme. A la Hangman.
Which that was one that I actually thought was a perfect, because he went to the dark side, so they made his themes slower, grittier, a little bit more evil sounding, you could say. That makes sense. And then guess what? When the the comeback happened, they went back to his old thing. That is smart. You know what I mean?
But you take away the element of the swerve when I drive, which everybody in the crowd is doing. You want crowd participation.
And I felt like the Prince Nana dance went better with the old theme than it does with the new. Yeah. But
it's fun to do, fun to say, fun to do. But yeah, at the end of that segment, I know that Raquel did lose that Philly Street fight, but Liv coming out, making her statement made. I'm ready for Liv to have that Mania moment.
Yeah. And she was on SmackDown on Friday as well, and they confronted Jade Cargill, and it turned into a tag match with Jordan Grace and Raquel and Liv, but they were still teasing Liv and Raquel having... This is the first time that we've
seen Jade, really.
She hasn't defended the title much at all since she's...
Only on house shows, apparently.
It does feel like... Now, they haven't officially said it yet, but it feels like both Royal Rumble winners are picking the Raw titles, because Roman already has, and Liv attacked Vaquer. First of all, she cost Raquel that match, and then after eliminating Raquel in the Royal Rumble, so why the hell didn't they just have Raquel win the title so Liv could challenge Raquel at the whatever? It feels like both Royal Rumble winners are choosing Raw. They're choosing the Raw titles, which means that both Elimination Chambers are going to be to determine who fights the SmackDown people. Like, I would like Jordan Grace
to win the
run through the chamber and win that and face Jade at Mania. I think that would be a really great spot for Jordan. And again, this is all predicating on the fact that Bianca is injured still and nowhere to be found because Jade and Bianca kind of writes itself for a Mania main event to me. But if I thought Bianca might be in the Rumble and win it. If she's not going to be in the Chamber and win it, then I think Jordynne Grace should be the clear choice for Jade. They've been teasing it for weeks now.
Get Jordynne Grace SmackDown. Better music.
And
sorry.
I mean, just get better music in the whole company, guys. The 90% of the shit sucks. Just come on. Yeah, I mean, it just feels like that's where we're going. And then the reports are that we're going to get Punk and Finn again, one-on-one for the title, because they want Punk to fight in Chicago, which makes sense. I would love to see because one of them is going to be in the Chamber, so that wouldn't make sense. But it feels like to me that the Chamber is going to be a very SmackDown heavy show. Okay. It's going to determine who's fighting for the SmackDown titles at WrestleMania.
I remember back in the days when pay-per-views were specific towards one promotion.
I agree. Do you remember when they were doing the every other week thing? It was like every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that was a bit much. I like this month's a Raw pay-per-view. Oh, this one's Smack. I like that because then that gave all right. So Raw had the September pay-per-view, right? SmackDown had the October. So that means that Raw theoretically, and not theoretically, that's a wrong word, but Raw then had 2 months basically to build stories for their next pay-per-view. And I think that actually helped when they were doing stuff like that. Because you were still getting that fix of the monthly pay-per-view for the wrestling fans, but you were getting longer term storylines to really get some juice behind the matches you were doing on your next. Because you didn't just have, oh shit, we have 3 weeks to build this. It was like, no, we have 5.5 or 6 weeks to build these really good stories. And yeah, I thought it was better for that back then. But whoa, damn, see, that's how you know it's bad for your Seahawks today. The Crows.
Those are the Crows. Okay,
yeah,
I'm trying to
saying the
Crows, by the way, because
do they live around your apartment? Are they always out there?
There's so many crows.
Okay,
this is what happens. I live just outside of Seattle, but I live next to like a protected wildlife area.
Oh, all right.
So they're a chatty bunch
they're going
today.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. The Bellas looks like they're going to, I bet you they have a women's tag match for the titles at Mania. That feels like.
Yo, them on Impulsive this week. Can I just say, Brie Bella, talk your shit, bitch.
Yeah, that was good. That was fun.
Brimo!
We went nuts during that watch along.
Absolutely. Love Brie Bella. Love the Bellas in general. They've done so much. And I think that the reason why IWC is so resistant to the Bella and the Bella Army is because it is rooted in misogyny. And I truly believe that pipe bomb gave a lot of these mostly men the audacity to feel like they can discount how the Bellas have changed the wrestling world and outside the wrestling world.
Yeah, I think the Divas era of the women's division is looked at too negatively. Now,
I agree.
Were they given the opportunity and the types of matches and the length of matches and the things that WWE gives their women now? No, they were not. But you look at that Divas era, Michelle McCool was in that Divas era. Eve Torres, who ended up being pretty damn good. AJ was a part of that Divas era.
Paige was part of it.
Caitlyn. Like the Bellas, like, you know, and the thing, and this is where I'm going to kind of separate Brie and Nikki a little bit, is because I don't think Brie was ever, or it has ever been, a good in-ring wrestler. But Nikki got better. Like you can watch Nikki turn into a pretty good like she put the work that, you know, I'm not saying they both didn't, but like Nikki specifically put the work in to get back. Like, you know, I just think people look at that. I just think people look at that Divas era, and they look at it with a way, way too negative lens. And guess what, guys? Like, we don't get to where we are, and whether you like it or not, go cry about it. I literally don't give a shit. I literally don't care. But we don't get to where we are today with the women if the Bellas didn't exist. So you can go if you want. I don't care. But that's just truth. And there's no way to run from that. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that. Again, are the Bellas my favorite? No. Am I like, they're not. They're but like the people that shit on them, I don't get it. I don't get it. But again, it's just the culture we live in. So.
Well, we've talked a lot this week.
Yeah.
And I think all in all, wrestling is in great hands. Wrestling is alive and well. And if you don't like it,
oh, I got a cramp, bro. I just got a cramp in my calf. I just got a cramp in my calf.
Did you watch any of the AAA show last night?
I did. I saw Chelsea Green is hurt. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Truly an unfortunate time. But hopefully she'll come back relatively quickly. It's not too terrible.
So that's unfortunate. And then that obviously led to Ethan Page and I'm not gonna remember her name, but the replacement they had for Chelsea, they lost the mixed tag titles to Lola Vice and Iguana. Good for Lola Vice though. That's her first, obviously technically not a WWE or NXT championship, but that's her first title under the umbrella of being a WWE wrestler. So good for her. I like Mr. Iguana. I think that's a good shtick. So that'll be fun. But I loved what Ethan and Chelsea were doing. I thought they could have been doing that on the main roster, honestly, to go.
I agree.
But so hopefully Chelsea heals quickly and, we can get, I would love that to be a pairing on, to me, and Ethan Page is like really doing great stuff in NXT. I'm not like itching for Ethan Page to leave NXT, but he came into the company as a main roster guy to me. That's how I view him. He could go up to the main roster tomorrow and be a big deal to me. I would love to eventually see both of them on screen as a pair on SmackDown, wherever you want to put them. I think that would be
awesome.
And then Cardona's there now, so you could really tell a cool story if you really wanted to.
Storytelling? How crazy.
Yeah, who would have thought?
We did get the Rey de Reyes qualifying match in that show with El Grande Americano defeating Dragon Lee, Octagon Jr., and Rey Fénix. So we have, it is like a side quest that I didn't know that I needed. I have my feelings about AAA, but most of them are good.
Yeah.
So, great.
And it was,
overall.
As Tight Spot says, it was the OG Americano. The original Grande Americano attacked the other Grande Americano, and he took his place and won that match. So that was the original, the OG.
Shout out to the Real Tight Spot here with my bestie, Mr. Effie. So love my bestie Effie.
The shows have been good. The AAA shows that they have been doing under, since the WWE, they've been good. Dominic Mysterio, again, it does have clearly more of a WWE feel to it in spots, but I do think they still hold true to AAA. And when you watch the events and the wrestling, and I do feel like the wrestling still feels like AAA to me. It just has that WWE production to it, if that makes sense.
I do want to touch on Collision last night because I did put Tommaso Ciampa on the forefront here. The main event of the AEW Collision
what a match.
Was a three-way match of Tommaso Ciampa versus Claudio versus Big Dick Roddy Strong. You know how I feel about Big Dick Roddy.
I was gonna say Ring of Honor people were just drooling the whole time.
Literally a mess because I'm screaming and I'm going, like Tommaso Ciampa when he was in Ring of Honor was fine. But it wasn't until, we've already talked about him in NXT of he just really got let loose when he was in NXT Black and Gold and the whole Goldie and everything. I popped when he was backstage and called his championship Sylvie this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that popped me. But this match was exactly what I needed it to be. After that fucking street fight or parking lot brawl or whatever the fuck.
Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston being the MVP here, having weed spots without saying, "Hey, they're smoking weed."
Good for the Rascals too. Like that was just that was just a lot of fun. And the Rascals are going to be a big time deal, man. They're going to be a big time deal there.
Eddie Kingston gets himself into these messes.
Yeah.
The way he moves, and it's like I get off the couch and I'm like, oh, my hip. Like he's dealing with these motherfuckers, you know? And he's just like, you can feel that in his chest where he's just like, God, I have to deal with this. But man, what a fun little parking lot fight I saw on
Tight Spot saying he was there. He does live in the Vegas area. He was there, but they didn't do that match live for them. They probably just pre-taped that and didn't show it to him. Well, that kind of, I would have liked to have seen it if I was there, but it was good. That was good stuff though.
Posted a social media post. It's obviously of Jest, where it was like an obviously background, behind the scenes picture of them on top of the garage, and he goes, "Oh, I gotta go grab my car. Oh wait."
That's funny.
I wish that there was like, how The Office used to do like little webisodes or whatever that was like that was just like intertwined lore or extended, storylines and what have you. I wish that AEW would have silly little storylines like that, where it's Serpentico trying to return his rental, and it's just like crashed out with like.
That would be unbelievable. I would love that.
Maybe he has the one with the with the windows that were like crashed out. You know what I mean? Like just trying to return this vehicle, and they're like, "We can't accept this," and he's like, "No, you have to accept it."
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be hilarious, actually, if they did that.
But I digress. It was a very fun show last night. What did you think of the show in general? The main event, Kevin Knight versus Scorpio Sky.
That was fun.
That was really great. I think a lot of people online were critical because they knew the outcome of it, but Scorpio Sky is an athlete. Like there is no two ways about it. These guys are it. Starting the show with the Young Buck versus GOA.
I mean, yeah, that was really, really good. Young Bucks won, which, isn't a shock. So now we have them, Jet Speed, and there's a wild card team. Are we going to figure out what that wild card team is, or is that just going to be a surprise when it happens?
What do you think it's going to be? I was thinking Private Party is going to come back.
Oh, what makes you think that? Just random, like just kind of thing?
Because I think it was supposed to be Davis and Doyle, but
that was probably going to be it. Yeah.
Now that Doyle has that rolled up pec,
that's not a bad shout. I'm trying to think of who it could be.
What other tag teams could be like a surprise return? Surprise debut.
Could it be the Rascals? The Acclaim. That wouldn't be a bad one. The
Acclaim,
because they have been. That wouldn't be bad. Listen. I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it. That wouldn't be bad.
I would be against it because just thinking about the tag teams that are out right now. I mean, we have the Hurt Business, but Bobby's out.
Yeah,
and Shelby is taking some time. So.
Oh yeah, Ophelia saying Cope and Christian. That could be another big one.
Oh my God!
And if they win that, then that leads to the FTR match, which everyone thought would. I thought that was going to already have happened by this point for the titles. So that might actually be the answer. Yeah, that might actually be the answer. Yeah, that might actually be the answer.
Okay.
Because that's a way to easily the Young Bucks don't have to be involved in the pinfall. You can have Jet Speed take it. And then that leads to Cope and Christian versus FTR for the titles. And that's kind of, it felt like that's a big match they've just been kind of hanging on to because they haven't been back yet. That's not bad. That's not a bad choice. Peggy might be right there.
I like that. I like that so much.
But again, I thought Collision overall was really good. I liked the Statlander Tekla segment. I loved Renee being scared shitless and running out of the ring when Tekla showed up. And she kind of turned around to see her in the spider position, and she was like, "Ah!" and she kind of ducked out of there. But yeah, I thought Collision was another good. To me, it's on a Saturday night, which is tough, so I usually don't watch it live, but I watch it either later on in the evening or on my Sunday mornings. Collision's been a very, very entertaining show for a while. Like they've made it matter again, and it's mattered for a little bit. And yeah, AEW to me is just a very enjoyable product, and it has been for the better part of the last calendar year. I just like everything they're doing. Just like everything. Absolutely. And we're building a revolution, which to me, the last 2 years has been the best pay-per-view in AEW's yearly count. Like they've put on their best 2 shows have been Revolution the last couple of years to me. Yeah, I love everything they're doing. Love it. Well, we are at the end of our show. Any final thoughts there, JPJ? Go Patriots. That's my final thought. Okay. Blocked. Muted. Wow. Unbelievable. Okay. That's it. What? I wasn't being rude. I just said go Patriots. No, it's fine. It's fine. Where can the good people find you? You can follow me at JPJ Loves Gaming right here on all social media platforms. Obviously, I am here every Sunday at noon on Fightful Overbooked doing Coast to Coast with my lovely co-host here. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, the flagship show over at our pal Love Wrestling. Me and Pluggo, Between Two Beards. Then you can find me with Jose Gonzalez, our third of the tripod. What do you say? The Eiffel Tower? What do you say? Yeah, you said the Eiffel Tower. Okay. You can find our third in the Eiffel Tower. Him and I, we chat some AEW Dynamite. If that's a reference to something that I'm too old for, it is what it is. It's on the internet now. You don't even know. I don't. It's on the internet now. So there it is. But you can find me and Jose Wednesday nights after Dynamite over on bodyslam.net, doing Dynamite Up, the Dynamite Post Show over there. And then, yeah, just follow me. I go on Twitch. I play some video games. I put some stuff on social. So, yeah, just follow me there. I release my schedule every Monday, and you can find me wherever you can find me. So you can find me anywhere there's social media _queer auntie. I love your faces so much. Thank you guys for showing up in the comments of things. I recently got some not so nice visitors over on my Instagram. So follow me on there on Instagram. You all have been showing my shows so much love. Mondays, the Peak Millennials podcast comes out. We're talking about Super Bowl ads and ads in general this week. So we talk about some really iconic things. I totally forgot about the Budweiser. Oh, yeah. The frogs. Yeah. One of the best. One of the best. Such a simple concept, yet very impactful. The Aaron Burr, the Got Milk commercial. Yeah. Who shot Alexander Hamilton. So check that out. That's on all social media platforms, YouTube, Twitch, and even X. We'll have that podcast out there. And if you're an audio only, it's on all Spotify, Apple, Amazon. I don't know how else people listen to podcasts, but it's on all those platforms as well on Monday. And then, like I said, SP3 is going to join me next Saturday before Collision, before Grand Slam. Happy Valentine's Day. We're going to do Collins on the Rocks podcast. We're going to be talking about all of that. And then we're here every Sunday. So join us along for the fun. I was supposed to be setting up my capture card so that I can practice streaming on my Twitch. The weekend has got away from me. Maybe I'll do that later tonight. I got to figure it out because it's been a month and change since I got all this, and I haven't really been in a playing mood. I've been wanting to just read my books, but fair. That's what we're here for. But thank you guys so much for showing up.
Please stay safe. Please make good choices today. Don't drink and drive. If you have a question or you need some help, get a ride home, you can always send us a message. I don't know how well we'll help, but please do not drink and drive. Be safe. Be kind to others. And maybe we'll get through this alive and go see